Hi students, in this class you are going to learn molecular symmetry. Okay, it is very important concept to learn to understand the stereochemistry of molecules. Stereochemistry is primarily concerned with molecular geometry, and molecular geometry is best described in terms of molecular symmetry. What is symmetry? Let me define you. What is symmetry? Symmetry, the state of two halves that match each other exactly in their shape, in size and shape. Okay, the state of two halves that match each other exactly in size and shape. Simply I want to show you with this diagram. Okay, so this is the square structure. So if I divide this into half like this, so you will get two halves. Okay, two parts that match each other exactly in size and shape. Okay, exactly matches in their size and shape. Okay, so that is called symmetry. Suppose, so if you have any ball like this or structure like this, so you can make it two parts, exactly two parts. Okay, this and these two halves match exactly in their size and shape, so this is called symmetry. Okay, so molecular symmetry in chemistry describes symmetry operations and symmetry elements. Okay, symmetry elements. Molecular symmetry describes in chemistry symmetry operations and symmetry elements. Okay, so I will explain what is symmetry operation and what is symmetry element and how they can be classified in different types. Okay, so as I said earlier in this class, stereochemistry is primarily concerned with molecular geometry and molecular geometry can be best described in terms of molecular symmetry. So there is a relationship between molecular symmetry and stereochemistry. So why you need to learn about molecular symmetry? Because if you learn molecular symmetry, you can be able to understand, or you can be able to explain stereochemistry based on molecular symmetry. Okay, so molecular symmetry can be best described molecular geometry primarily concerned of stereochemistry. So therefore there is a strong relation in between stereochemistry and molecular symmetry. Therefore it is important for you to learn molecular symmetry. Okay, so as I already explained to you the definition of symmetry. Symmetry, the state of two halves that match each other exactly in shape and size. Okay, so that means if you take an object which has square or circle object, you can make it two exact two half parts. Okay, so those two parts match each other exactly in their size and shape, so that is called symmetry. Okay, so stereochemistry is primarily concerned of molecular symmetry. Okay, to when you understand molecular geometry, it is easily explained about stereochemistry. Okay, so molecular symmetry describes two things in chemistry. One is symmetry operations, and the second one is symmetry elements. So let me start about symmetry operations. What is symmetry operations? Okay, so symmetry operation, an operation, it may be rotation, or reflection, performed on a molecule produce an arrangement or superimposable to the original one, is known as symmetry operation. And that molecule said to be possess elements of symmetry, symmetry elements. Okay, so this is the definition for symmetry operation. Okay, an operation means it may be rotation or it may be reflection or combination of both, performed on a molecule produce an arrangement or superimposable to the original one is known as symmetry operation. So that molecule is said to be possess symmetry elements, right? So I'll give you one example so that you can understand clearly about what is symmetry operation. So I'll take one example of water molecule H2O. Okay, example is H2O, water molecule. The structure of water molecule is like this. Okay, so when you draw a line in between this, okay, and if you rotate around this axis, about 180 degrees, so what you will get, if you rotate 180 degrees So you will get the same molecule, okay, superimposable. So an operation here, what operation we used is the rotation, okay. We rotated this water molecule around this axis about 180 degrees, gives or produce this molecule. This molecule is exactly same with the original one. It is an arrangement or superimposable on this. If you take and keep on this, so they are both are same, okay, in size and shape. And this is called, this operation is known as symmetry operation, okay. This operation is known as symmetry operation, okay. So here we rotate 180 degrees, and if you rotate 180 degrees, suppose let me explain you with this, okay. This is the, here it is oxygen and both are hydrogens. If you rotate 180 degrees, if you rotate 180 degrees, so you will get this kind of structure. It is exactly same with the original one. So this is called symmetry operation. So here we we used rotation through this axis, okay. So if you rotate like this, if you rotate like this, you will get the same structure, okay. And this is called symmetry operation, okay. Therefore this molecule said to be possess element of symmetry, symmetry element. Here rotation or the simple axis of symmetry element possessed this molecule, possessed by this water molecule, okay. Is it clear, the definition? An operation, it may be rotation or reflection. Reflection means, so when you put a mirror in between this, when you put mirror in this in between this, so this half exactly reflect the other half, okay. So that is the reflection. Rotation means if you rotate this one about 180 degrees, in this case you will get the same structure, it produces same structure, okay. So this rotation or the reflection, both are considered as symmetry operations, okay, symmetry operations. So therefore this molecule said to be possessed simple axis of symmetry, that is one symmetry element, okay. So there are three kinds of symmetry operations. One is rotation, symmetry operations, rotation. The another one is reflection, reflection. The second one is reflection. The third one is combination of these, combination of rotation and reflection, okay. So these are the symmetry operations, okay. Rotation, reflection or combination of rotation and reflection. So these are the three symmetry operations, and based on these three symmetry operations, the symmetry elements can be further divided into different types, okay. So let me give you a little bit explanation. Rotation, you know about rotation. So you have to choose an appropriate imaginary axis, and at that axis, around that axis you can rotate the molecule. So when you rotate the molecule, if that molecule produce same to the original molecule, then that is called rotation. That is called symmetry operation, rotation. Okay. Reflection means if you keep a mirror or a mirror in between these, you will get exactly the original molecule imagination. Okay. So therefore rotation, reflection, and combination of both. In some cases you can rotate the molecule, and after the rotation of the molecule you can reflect both of the molecules. So if you get the same structure, then that is called symmetry, some kind of symmetry elements. So based on these operations, symmetry elements can be 4 types of symmetry elements. 4 types symmetry elements. Symmetry elements. One is simple or proper axis of symmetry. Proper axis of symmetry. Proper axis of symmetry. The second one is the second one is plane of symmetry. Plane of symmetry or reflection. You can call it as reflection symmetry. Okay. And the third one is center of symmetry. Center of symmetry. Center of symmetry or inversion center. Inversion center. The last one is alternating axis of symmetry. Alternating axis of symmetry. Axis of symmetry. Alternating axis of symmetry or improper axis of symmetry. Improper axis of symmetry. Okay. So simple. There are 4 types of symmetry elements. One is simple or proper axis of symmetry. The second one is plane of symmetry or reflection symmetry. And the third one is center of symmetry or inversion center. Fourth one is alternating axis of symmetry or improper axis of symmetry. Simple or simple axis of symmetry can be indicated by Cn. Okay. N may be 2, 3, 4 like that, etc. So plane of symmetry can be indicated by sigma. Okay. And center of symmetry can be indicated by Ci. And the alternating axis of symmetry can be indicated by Sn. So these are the symbols by which you can indicate these 4 kinds of symmetry elements. Okay. So there are 4 kinds of symmetry elements. So these are the 4 kinds, and I am going to explain one by one. Okay. I am going to explain you one by one about these symmetry elements. Okay. So you need to remember about symmetry operations and symmetry elements. Symmetry operations are 3 types. One is rotation, and another one is reflection, and the third one is both of them, rotation plus reflection. And symmetry elements can be divided into 4 types: simple axis of symmetry, plane of symmetry, center of symmetry, alternating axis of symmetry. So let me start with simple axis of symmetry. Simple axis of symmetry. Simple axis of symmetry, and it can be denoted by Cn, okay, or proper axis of symmetry. It can be denoted by Cn. So what is simple axis of symmetry? What is simple axis of symmetry? So I'll give you the another example. I'll taking example of ammonia, NH3. Okay, so this is the example I am going to explain you now. So ammonia has pyramidal shape. Okay, hydrogen, hydrogen, hydrogen. So this is the ammonia structure. Okay, so here just you can have an appropriate imaginary axis like this. Okay, appropriate imaginary axis like this, and if you rotate around this axis, you will get the same molecule. You will get the same molecule. So when you rotate about 120 degrees, so you will get the same molecule. Okay, so both are same. Okay, this is the original one, original molecule. So this is imaginary arrangement. Okay, so both are same. So then I'll give you now definition so that you will understand very well. Okay, so here 120 degrees rotation, this produces the same arrangement, superimposable on each other. Okay, and this axis is called simple axis of symmetry. Okay, so if a molecule is rotated around around an appropriate imaginary axis by an angle of 360 degrees by n, and produce an arrangement or superimposable to the original one, is known as simple axis of symmetry. Simple axis of symmetry. Okay, so this is the molecule is rotated around this appropriate imaginary axis by an angle of 120 degrees, which produces a superimposable structure, the same structure to the original one. Therefore, this axis is called, this axis where we rotate this molecule about 120 degrees and produce the same molecule, this axis is called simple axis of symmetry or proper axis of symmetry. Okay, so I'll give you some more examples that you will understand well. Okay, suppose so this is the benzene molecule. This is the benzene molecule. Benzene molecule, if this molecule rotated around this axis about 180 degrees, you will get the same structure. So therefore, this axis is called simple axis of symmetry. Simple axis of symmetry. Simple axis of symmetry, and it can be indicated by C2. C2 means, so 360 by N, okay, formula. So N means the rotation you applied is 180 degrees. So 360 divided by 180 gives you 2. Therefore, C2 axis of symmetry. This axis is called C2 axis of symmetry. Axis of symmetry. Okay. And if you have this imaginary axis, also you will produce, and this imaginary axis also produce the same kind of molecule. Okay, and this one, and this one, 3 C2 axis of symmetry elements present in this molecule. Okay, so this is about simple axis of symmetry. Simple axis of symmetry, that means if a molecule is rotated around an appropriate imaginary axis and by an angle of 360 degrees by N, that means if it is 180, then you can apply 180, and if you rotate 120 degrees, you can substitute that 120 in the place of N, you will get the angle. Okay, and produce the same structure of original one, then that axis is called, that line is called simple axis of symmetry. Okay, proper axis of symmetry. So these are the examples by which you can understand them. Say for example, I'll give you one more example. Cl sorry, and hydrogen. So this is chloroform. Okay, so chloroform molecule has an imaginary appropriate axis like this. If you rotate this molecule about 120 degrees, you will get the same molecule. Okay, so this is the three-dimensional structure. So that means 3 chlorines, one is towards the observer, another one is away from the observer, another one is in plane. Okay, like this. Okay, so like this. So this is the thick line chlorine, the back one is dotted line chlorine, that black side is black color sketch pen is indicates in the plane. So if you rotate, so hydrogen is here, if you rotate this molecule 120 degrees you will get the same structure. So chloroform, so 120 degrees, so 120 degrees means you can divide, thus 120 means 360 divided by 120, okay, it gives you 3. So that means this axis is called C3 axis of symmetry, C3 axis of symmetry. So this is about simple axis of symmetry or proper axis of symmetry, okay. The next one is plane of symmetry. The next one is plane of symmetry. Plane of symmetry. Plane of symmetry or reflection, or it can be called reflection symmetry. So what is plane of symmetry or reflection of symmetry? So let me first give you the example and then you can understand. Suppose acetylene, example I will give you acetylene. Acetylene structure is like this, hydrogen and hydrogen, okay. So if you have a plane like this, so in this plane you will get the same reflection, okay. So above side same reflect to the below side and below side same reflect to the above side. So that means if you cut this molecule you will get the two equal parts, okay, and which are exactly match with each other in shape and size. Therefore this is plane of symmetry or reflection of symmetry, okay. And it so the plane goes in the horizontal, therefore sigma h. So this can be indicated sigma h, and if it is the vertical plane sigma v, you can denote like that, okay. So this is one of the example plane of symmetry. So another example I will give you, Cl and hydrogen okay. So this is 1,2-dichloroethylene, 1,2-dichloroethylene, okay. So here if you bisect that molecule, so that means so like this and like this, and two are like this and like this. So if you bisect with this plane, okay, horizontal plane, gives you two equal half parts. Okay, horizontal plane, okay, reflection gives you two equal parts, so that match each other exactly in size and shape. So therefore here you will get the plane like this. If you plane like this horizontal, so you will get the same two halves. So that is called plane of symmetry. It is indicated by sigma h. Okay, sigma h, it is indicated by sigma h. So this is about plane of symmetry. And benzene also has a plane of symmetry. And if you rotate, or if you have this plane like this, you will get the two halves. If you have a plane like this, you will get the two halves. And if you half like this, you will get two halves, and you will get two halves. Okay, so these are all plane of symmetries. These are all plane of symmetries. And let me move to the center of symmetry. Third one is center of symmetry. Center of symmetry. So what is center of symmetry, and how you can identify center of symmetry in molecules, right? So first let me give you the example so that you will understand the definition easily. Okay, and OH, hydrogen, COOH, so dicarboxylic acid, dihydroxy dicarboxylic acid. So if you connect the opposite groups, so these hydrogens, two hydrogens are opposite, and these carboxylics are opposite. So when you connect the opposite groups, a point you will get where all the connections can be connected at one point. So this is called center of symmetry. Okay, so this point is called center of symmetry. So when you connect the opposite same groups, and if all the groups connected, and if you get one point, common point at where all lines can be connected, then that point is called center of symmetry. So this is called center of symmetry, and it can be denoted by CI, center of inversion center, or center of symmetry. Okay, so in a molecule you can write the definition. In a molecule, if opposite same groups connected, and all connections go through at one point, that point is called center of symmetry. Okay, so center of symmetry is nothing but, so when you connect the opposite same groups, and if all connections met at one point, that point is called center of symmetry. It is denoted with Ci. This is also called center of or inversion center. Okay, so I'll give you another example so that you will understand very well. Like this. COOH, H, H, pH, and this is pH, H, COOH and H. Okay, so here all the groups can be connected like this. All the groups can be connected. This point. So this point is called center of symmetry. Okay, center of symmetry. Okay, so I'll move into next type is alternating axis of symmetry. The fourth one is alternating axis of symmetry, and it is indicated with SN, right? Alternating axis of symmetry. So I'll give you one example and later I'll define you so that you will understand. COOH, hydrogen, COOH, hydrogen, pH, hydrogen, pH. Okay, so if you rotate this one with this imaginary appropriate axis about 180 degrees, okay, so what kind of molecule it will produce? This one it will produce. So COOH, hydrogen, pH, hydrogen, COOH, hydrogen. So if you rotate this molecule into 180 degrees through this axis, around this axis, appropriate imaginary axis, you will get this structure. So this structure, if you keep this structure perpendicular to this structure, so you will get both of them are equal. Okay, so if you reflect this molecule on this perpendicular to this axis exactly, okay, so if you reflect that molecule on this, so what happens? Exactly COOH will be here, and every group is same on top of each other. So this is called alternating axis of symmetry. Alternating axis of symmetry means if a molecule is rotated around an appropriate imaginary axis, then reflect that molecule, the arrived molecule reflect to that original molecule with a reflection, so you will get the same structure. Okay, you will get the same structure to the original one. So here both the operations are performed. One is, first we rotated the molecule, rotated about 180 degrees, then reflection, So both the symmetry operations applied or performed in this, and you will get the same molecule to the original one. So this axis is called alternating axis of symmetry, SN. Okay, so this axis is called alternating axis of symmetry. Okay, so that means 360 divided by 180 gives you 2. That means S2, alternating axis of symmetry element exists or in this molecule. Okay, so S2, alternating axis of symmetry exists in this molecule, because when you rotate this imaginary axis, that produce this molecule, and this molecule when you put on top of this molecule, you will get the same reflection. It is similar to the original one. This is called alternating axis of symmetry. Okay, students, so these are the symmetry elements, various types of symmetry elements. So these symmetry elements gives us information about the chirality as well as optical activity. Whether the molecule is optically active or not, you can decide with this molecular symmetry. Whether the molecule is chiral or chiral, you can decide with the symmetry elements. If any symmetry element present or exist in that molecule, that is optically inactive, it is a chiral molecule. Okay, so that is the conclusion you should have with this information. Okay, I'll continue in the next class. Bye.